How is everyone doing? In today's video, I want to talk about suffering. I want to go into detail about pain and making friends with pain and discomfort. Embracing that discomfort. It's a very important part in the process of changing your habits. But first and foremost, if you don't know me, my name is Alex Panucci. I'm 29 years old and I'm in the process of transitioning from being an entrepreneur and employee to owning my own business. I've been an entrepreneur for more than 10 years now, and it's been the best decision I've ever made. Escaping the system. It all started when I was very young, buying and selling for profit. It helped me understand something that no one ever taught me, which was managing my own money and making my money earn more money, and not having to be in a physical place with a schedule and limited to one salary. That's what really blew my mind, and it's ultimately what motivated me to become an entrepreneur. Although in the last year the focus has changed a lot. So I want to talk to you about something which it's something I've struggled understanding. Something that for a long time I thought wasn't important. That for a long time I thought only millionaires said. But really the first level of entrepreneurship or to change your habits, you need this information, which is to embrace discomfort. In the end, you think of all the successful people you know. For example, basketball players or football players. They don't just think about the business aspect, but apply to everyday life. When you watch an NBA game or an NFL game on TV, all of those athletes, when they go play the game, those players aren't 100% at full capacity. I can tell you that more than 80% of them are hurt or in pain. They might have a sprained ankle. They might have a hurt finger, a knee that's sore, a muscle that's about to tear. If they go any harder, at the end, they push their bodies to the limit. Why do you think they do that? Because it's part of the process and to achieve their goals. The sacrifice, the pain, because when you push yourself to the extreme, obviously you must listen to your body. If you tear your ACL, you can't play a basketball game. But if you have discomfort, if your calf is sore and you have a game, most athletes will play. They might get therapy or a massage, but by the end of the game, they're going to be very tired. But why do they insist in playing? Because they know it's part of the procedure. They understand that if they want to win the title, the pain is part of the journey. They feel comfortable there. The best thing you can do is not dwell on the feeling, but rather when you're feeling it, instead of saying, I don't like it, I don't want it, I don't feel like it, you have to accept it and face it head on and feel proud and be comfortable there. You must say, I'm here because I made the choice to be here. And you must be comfortable in that situation. You need to feel cozy. As an example, if you're playing a basketball game and your index finger is bugging you, but you know that you must play no matter what because that certain game is very important and you're a key player in that game. You can't ask to be substituted. You need to get used to feeling of that pain. You need to be comfortable with that pain and feel it. You know that pain isn't going anywhere, but you must be at ease with that feeling of discomfort. That's going to make the reward feel like you truly deserved it. You won't feel worthy of that trophy if not. If we incorporate that example in the business world, changing your habits, changing your mindset, if you want to start changing your habits and mentality, you need to start changing daily habits. You have to start changing small things. For example, eating a clean and healthy diet. This is something you're not used to doing. No one likes to eat chicken and pasta. Instead, they prefer to eat fast food. Nobody likes it, but it's a long-term benefit. It makes you feel uncomfortable now because you don't feel like it. But in the long run, it pays off. If you drink soda with dinner, start drinking water. You know it's going to be hard at first because you're not going to feel at ease. But you have to feel comfortable. Instead of saying, this is bullshit, instead you need to think, I am grateful to have water. I do enjoy this. That's being comfortable in discomfort. What makes you feel uncomfortable, you must feel at ease. Instead of taking a 2-hour nap, take a 20-minute power nap, and you start to work on your mentality, reading books, and go back to the beginning. But you have to find comfort and you have to feel at ease there. Another example, it's like the Tour de France. At first, when you start riding the first few miles, you think you can go another mile and it's impossible to finish. But that's when you think to yourself, this is how I feel. This is how the entire ride is going to feel, and accept that state. I accept the situation is just pain, and I'm going to be friends with pain. This is how I'm going to feel, and then you'll be able to tolerate it. You can handle this. That's the easiest way to change. Think about going to the gym and doing an intense workout. A lot of muscle fibers break down. If you look at your muscle fibers tearing with a microscope, if you see it up close, the process of muscle breakage, it's gross, it's disgusting. That should scare you. And say to yourself, that hurts, that's scary, but it's the only option you have if you want your body to grow and your muscles to get bigger. By breaking them down, that's the same thing in your daily life. If you want to wake up at 5 a.m., you need to interrupt your sleep schedule because that will allow you to wake up earlier and boost your confidence. If you want to change your physique, you need to go break your muscle. It hurts, but you need to be comfortable there. The last rep, the one that no one does, that's where you should be the most comfortable. Think to yourself, this is what I wanted to reach. And you do it perfectly. You grow on the final stretch. Your environment tells you that everything you're doing is crap because you're starting to change your habits. This way, if they start telling you that, you know it's already part of the process. So you must be comfortable. You're not going to cry or stress about it. They don't understand. Why does it matter? Accept it. Feel at ease there. You're doing this for the best to be your best version. This is the first step if you want to spend more time with your loved ones. That's how it goes. If they don't understand now, don't worry about it. It's like with all bad habits. If you're smoking, at the beginning when you quit smoking cold turkey, from one day to the next, you feel like something is missing. You have anxiety. You're uncomfortable. But if you're able to go through that mini process, you won the fight. Those little things aren't going to make you rich. It won't give you hundreds of dollars, but it will help you develop a strong discipline. It will help you develop a strong character. So when you develop a business model that you have many things to do, you're the best at it. You're the boss. Because you're comfortable with discomfort. Same as showering with cold water. Why doesn't anyone shower with cold water? Because it's very uncomfortable. No one has the guts to turn on the cold water and put it on their body because it's uncomfortable. But that's when you grow. Your bicep is not going to grow faster by showering with cold water. That's going to make your discipline skyrocket, your ability to make decisions, having a strong character, that's what's going to grow. Forget about the word pain, what they have ingrained in you since childhood. Because pain, it's good. You have to love it. You must embrace it. It's your best friend. It's the only way to start your growth. Think back when you were growing up. Your teeth were coming in and your gums would hurt, or you had to go to the doctor's office and you didn't want to go. It's the same thing. What happens in nature happens in your life. It's the same. Embrace the pain. I thank you for watching my video, and subscribe for more quality content. Check out my Instagram for daily content and see how I set the example every day. Waking up at 5 a.m., going to the gym every day, doing round 2 before bed when I'm dead tired, eating healthy. Everything I mentioned in this video, I do it on my Instagram, on my daily lifestyle.